Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. And what's that noise? That just
What noise? I didn't hear any noises.
it was like a ding. Maybe someone's trying to talk to me.
Maybe they're listening.
What?
Maybe they're listening. As per usual.
Anyway, Dave's been very busy this morning. I haven't had time to go through all the stocks with Wolf. So although this is not live, this is sort of live because Wolf's going through the stocks, and you're going to hear me all my expressions as he talks about each stock. So you're going to hear, oh, ooh. Right. So it's all very interesting. Wolf's had a look at the stocks. I have a look at the chart, see if there's a buy. But just remember, this is just general share advice and not personal advice, and that's all you're going to get. Right.
All right. Let's go. Let's go straight into it, Dave.
Go on. Hit me hard.
All right. Let's start with the New Zealand SPY. SPY is the code.
Right. Now.
Hang on. I think it's hang on. All right. Is it? No. Hang on. Okay. Let's start this again.
Oh my God.
Let's start this again because SPY is the New Zealand code. The Australian code is S. Oh my God. Hang on a second. Hang on. Let's start with the next one, shall we?
Hang on. This is why I have to do this all with you before. This is what it's like working with Biden, everybody. Right. Come on, Joe. Give me your next.
S&P is the code. S&P in Australia is S&P. In New Zealand is SPY. Oh my God. S&P, M for Mary. Oh, this is a good start, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Smart pay.
All right. Okay. I know you're going to like it because you like the chart, right? But I think it's run before the actual results, and there's probably some bit of profit taking gonna happen now. And I know that Claude talked about it, right? Because it's in the same space as Tyro, right? It's a small version, New Zealand-based version of Tyro. It just goes to show that maybe some of this, and Tyro recently also came out with a pretty good update, basically just telling you that the retail sales are actually not as bad and maybe starting to level out again and come back. So yeah, look, I don't mind stories like these. However, I'm going to leave the trading charting to you. I'm not sure I'd be getting into this space right now, but not a bad turnaround by the looks of things over the next few months, maybe.
Well, Wolf, you know when it was a good trade is when we put this on down here, right? When it started to break up above trend lines. The issue you got now, look at how it moved back in September, where very similar pattern, and it got sold down. It's lightly traded the stock. I'm not trusting that chart completely. It's moved too far from trend line to me. I think it's a hard trade. We're not going to go there. But again, it just shows retail is strong.
Yeah, and we're going to have another couple of retailers you'll see anyway. Right. But yeah, I agree. So the next retailer, one you love, is Michael Hill Jewelers. So let's go with that one because I knew you buy so much jewelry for your wife, MHJ.
Oh God, yes, don't remind me. So I don't think
it's not bad, is it?
I feel guilty. I haven't bought any jewelry for years.
Probably give her those can rings.
She keeps giving me hints. She's going, "Oh, it's our wedding anniversary. It's the 25th one," and I'm going, "Isn't that wood?" She's going, "No, I think it's ruby." I go, "No, it's wood, I think."
I can't believe how women can remember, oh, this is the day we met, honey.
Oh God,
I can't remember what happened yesterday.
She knows 25 years ago the first moment I kissed her. I mean, unbelievable.
I know.
I can't.
Oh, we've got no hope, do we?
No, got no idea. But anyway, why are we doing this job? The women should be doing this job. They remember everything. MHJ.
Yes.
I don't mind. I don't mind the chart, Wolf. So again, it's a risky stock, but if that looked like that by what tomorrow? Day is it? Yeah, it's Friday. I couldn't remember what day it is. This is what it does. This is what it does. This job they give me. You know what? I think you've got 4 or 5% in it, old chap.
Okay. Well, look, so let's leave it for tomorrow though, because I'm a little bit skeptical today.
Well, you don't like the story anyway.
Oh, I don't. But you know what? If there's a trade, I don't mind trading anything these days. I have to sort of think we're doing this for the money, not doing this for the love. Well, I'm doing this for the love, but I know this is a money business, so I have to keep reminding myself that.
Oh God, you're so cheap. All right, next stock.
All right, let's go with NST. We've got now some production profile. This is a gold player. So let's have a look how this is trading at the moment.
It's been trading well for a while.
It is. Look, the numbers were okay. Nothing in that I thought that scared me, but I think you probably just run too hard, too fast, maybe. So a bit of a breather. And gold's come back to $1,900. All overall, still decent. Looks okay. I mean, they're still making money on pretty much most of the mines.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to the next one. This is my favorite day, DVP, and we talked about it yesterday with Claude. This was my thought of the week, actually. But I said, don't buy it at the moment. Wait for the quarterly. Wait for it comes back to that $3, and then buy it. Right. And the reason why, I think it's just getting. I thought it was just getting a little bit tired. We just need to see the quarterly and take it from there. But long term, this dude is just fantastic. So I'm going to back him. I looked at the actual what he's doing, what he's trying to do, and the thing is, I don't think it's been done like this before, where he's marrying, mining operations with actual mining work. In other words, having a mining department where that does underground mining. So I just thought it's such an interesting, way of doing things. But anyway, I'm going to leave it to him. He's the genius, but I like it long term. So I wouldn't mind, when it comes back to trend lines, this is when I pick this up.
Are they in a trading halt? Let's have a look. Are they
No, they shouldn't be. They should be trading right now. And like I said, the quarterly was actually quite good from the fact that it looks like they're cash flow positive operationally.
Right, no, that is good. I mean, I think this has been a little bit of about buy the rumor, sell the fact, hasn't it?
Possibly, yeah. That's why I thought, I'm not jumping in yet. I'm going to wait till it comes back and then jump in when it has that up, down, and it starts turning again. like a proper, chartist.
Oh, God. I'm going to love our next Cincinnati day. It goes up, down, and starts turning again.
Yeah. Just keep it simple for everyone.
All right, Wolf. So, but listen, good announcement, but profit taking, and we'll buy it back, I think, in a better price fairly soon.
I agree. BHP, next one. So they come up with their quarterly. Interesting, Dave. I just love looking at the quarterlies of Rios and BHP just to see what prices they're getting for their commodities, right? And the biggest ones I took away from was what they were getting for the coal. So crazy prices out there. And iron ore, of course. So pretty good. I mean, if you look at it, it's actually very, very good numbers out there. So for me, I'm probably profit taking here, to be honest. But fundamentally, you can still, definitely ride it for a little bit longer. So I'm going to leave it up to you again.
Yeah, listen, I think it's just a dividend play, you know what you're saying. I like what you're saying by it's stronger for longer. So if you're in BHP for a dividend, I mean, there's no reason to sell it, is there?
No, there isn't.
I don't think
right? You'd go up, in and out.
Yeah, I don't think it's a great time to trade it at the moment, Wolfie. No, my dear boy.
I think it's probably had a good run, so you'd probably sort of crossroad, right?
But come on, 9% dividend.
Yeah,
and that dividend, that part of that dividend is due next month.
Yeah, but Dave, even if it's 5% dividend, it's still bloody good.
Yeah, I know, but they normally pay their dividend, at the end of February, beginning of March.
Yeah, so it's coming up.
Yeah, you've got to be looking at this for a dividend, right?
You do.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's something useful for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, DSC. So they come up with a quarterly. I'm liking this. I'm digging this still. It's still doing a great juggling act. So we said they had a big jump last week because there were expectations that the quarter is going to be good. It was good. Profit taking came out this morning, but it's sort of okay. It's doing okay-ish. And when you look at the numbers, Dave, they are growing beautifully, and they're keeping costs down, and they're cash flow positive. Thank you very much. That's the way to grow. I'd say, Dave, and this is the funny thing.
When you say they're growing beautifully, right? Could you?
So about high single digits quarter on quarter, and about 50% year on year.
Well, that's more than growing beautifully, isn't it? That's like
it is. When you look at those numbers, you're gonna get pretty interested in the story, and you have to now because I think the AAR now is up to about 25 mil, right? Which is up from 15 mil the previous corresponding period last year. So all up, the valuations, I think, is caught up now to the growth, to where it is with the revenues. And when you see it, and they're talking about the future, they're extremely well positioned, Dave. And I think they're also alluding they are in advanced talks with possible some M&A activity. I'm interested to see what happens there too. So anyway,
what's the last thing you want for them to be bought out, right?
No, I think they are looking at buying something else out. So I'd probably something complementary to add to their business.
Okay. Well, you know, this is one of your plays, or your sort of, I'd say, just one of your micro cap plays for the year. So okay, I'm happy that did have a good announcement, Wolf.
Yep. So I'm happy with it overall. You know, I'd probably be accumulating again at around the 20-cent mark, right? If you haven't got any, accumulate around the 27 for the long term. For the long term.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next one. Santos, STO. We've got a lot of actually stocks to go through. So let's keep moving with these things. We're starting to.
All right. Well, it's below trend. So.
All right. Let's cut this one out. We won't even talk about it, but the numbers were pretty good. PMT. Actually, this is a ball terror of a result. Lithium play in Canada. We talked about it. Dave, 100 and something meters at 2% lithium, right? You got to be liking that stuff. This is what the buy set at. This is what you're going to be looking. If you're planting any other stocks, this is what you're punting at, and you got to play against.
So just let me understand. So Wolf.
Yep.
We're trading at 125 million market cap, right?
Yep.
So it's not cheap. This was nearly double. Even now, where it's trading at 104, right? The high yesterday was $1. With such a big deposit, what's the value?
Well, we don't know how big the deposit is yet, but at least we've got such beautiful bloody drilling results that it could be a big deposit, right? That's the beauty about it. They're setting themselves up for a very nice update with some sort of a nice resource. On the numbers we've got so far, with the drilling results, I think 100 million is not too bad. I mean, probably in the FOMO days, Dave, maybe only about 3 or 6 months ago, this probably be trading at $500 million, right? Just on drilling results. So at least
well, hold on, it's 156 meters at 2.2. You're underplaying it, baby.
Yeah, but remember, this is just Australian listing. I think the proper actual market cap is around $600 million in Canada, right? So I'd say probably be right where it is right now, what it is with the Canadian listing, because we've only got a part of it here in Australia. Maybe it's even more now after this jump. So I'm liking this all up. This is probably one of the best explorers out there with the grades, with the thicknesses. And, you know, we talked about, I think the day before, it's actually not that deep, from 170 meters, right? It's not that deep.
Okay, and it's about 2.2 kilometers wide, right? Can you give us no feel, Wolf? Come on, the similar product, what they're trading at.
Well, look, I'd have to do some numbers. I'd probably have to do some back of the envelope numbers, and then we can use that buyout, right, that we saw not too long ago to just work out roughly where they should be. So let me do that, and maybe I'll come back to tomorrow with this.
Yeah, tomorrow the price could be very different, right?
It doesn't matter. At least we'll know roughly where it stands. But you know, this is difficult trading here. You've got to like
okay, but around the dollar, around this 125 million market cap.
Yep. Right, but this is Australia. This is only just a part of it. Let's look at the Canada one.
Yeah.
So let's look at the Canada listing. Hang on a second. Let's go back and see what the true market cap is of this. Because really, this is what the 100 something is not the true value. So I'm going to go to Patriots in Canada. Patriot battery metals. Here we go. And market cap now 900 million actually. So it's obviously gone pretty hard over the last few weeks. So we're getting there. $1 billion almost. So I got to work it out. I'm going to have a look at the back of the. I'm going to do a bit of back of the.
Okay, just explain this for dummies. So in Canada, it's trading just under $1 billion. Here it's trading at 125 million. So why is it different here to Canada?
Because it's like a 1 to 10 ratio when they
okay.
do, when they list here, right? And that's how they do it on a ratio basis. So they only like list partial shares, in other words.
Oh, so they only listed 10%?
Like, say, for example, the company's got 100 million shares on issue, 10 million of that will be allocated to Australia.
So, and that's what they did, 10%.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, exactly right. So
it's trading on a $1 billion market cap, not 125.
Correct. That's the true value. Correct. 100. So we've got to remember some of these companies, their main listing somewhere else, not Australia.
Then
we're going to get caught up in this thinking, oh, it's just 100 million.
Well, then it's too expensive.
Well, depending, right? What happens if I work this out in back of the envelope? It's like 100 million tons at 2% lithium. That I'm thinking, my God, this is great. Right? But let me work it out. And I'll come back to you tomorrow. You just never know. I mean, we'll see.
Okay, we'll see tomorrow, but it's not a buy yet.
No, I wouldn't be chasing this today.
Wolf, I don't like that the way it's done on 10%, because most moms and dads would look at that, right? And they might not realize they just
that's the problem for mums and dads, right? They don't know much. So that's the problems to trade as a mum and dads. They'll probably fall into a lot of different traps out there. This is one of them.
Yeah, I know. All right. Okay, next one, Wolf.
Okay, let's go to the next one. We go to Viva Energy, VEA. Let's have a look at that. What's happening here? Is it trading? Is it not trading? To be honest, I haven't looked at this one, so I'm not sure. Actually, not too bad, is it?
No, it's not. It's it's just sideways. Look at it.
All right, so let's not worry about it for the moment. Let's work towards the end of the week.
Hang on, Wolf. I take that back. I was looking at the daily. It's sideways, but starting to look a little bit better.
All right.
So, but then you got a lot of resistance, and you got there might be 5% in it, right, or 4% in a trade.
Let's find a better trade.
Yeah, well,
I think there's better ones. Okay, let's go to NWL.
NWL.
Remember, Hub came up with the update. Wasn't that fantastic?
Ouch.
Let's have a look at these guys.
Not good. Struggling.
So maybe I look at the numbers when I look through them at the first glance. I thought they're okay. They're better than Hubs. I would have thought, but maybe there's expectations that are a bit higher than what I saw on just plain black and white numbers. But generally speaking, you probably wouldn't be touching this right now, right? Let's move on to the next one. PPS in the same space. Another one that came up with the update. Let's see what the market took to that one. Again, positive update for me, but is the market wanting more? Yes, that's the problem, right? So you're probably going to itself.
Yeah. Also, these stocks will move up and down with the market, and the market got heavily sold off in the States, didn't it, last night?
Anyway, so another one that maybe just wait for another time. Let's move on to AGL, Dave, please. So we got a new CEO now. The question is, where are we with AGL? Is it a trade? Are we getting closer to that pivot point with what's his name? What's his name, Dave? Mr. Team.
With the guy with the long hair with the beard.
Yeah, yes, that's right. That's we're getting old. We can't remember the name.
With a pretty wife who went to Cranbrook. He's got 2 kids.
Yes, multi-billionaire.
But we can't remember his name. Cannons Brook.
That's the one. Oh my God. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. So at least look, there's movement, new CEO, obviously new managements. Not yet at the moment, but we're going to be watching this on a watch list. Let's move on to the next one. Let's look at a couple of nickel plays, MCR.
This needs to do more, Wolf.
Next one, NC1. Now, NC1 has come up with a slew of drilling results, but again, probably just needs to be a bit more. So it's interesting, isn't it? Some of these stories. Now, this one is probably the best one today. NAN had an upgrade today.
NAN,
Nanosonics. That's the pick of the bunch. You liking this action?
I'm Wolf, yeah. Well, that looks very good, doesn't it? It looks like it could go on up and retest.
So basically what happened today, they've just updated the market saying they had a pretty good end to the year, which means FY23 looks much better. So they've upgraded all the numbers pretty much across the board, Dave. And I think the market's obviously rewarding them for that. Is there a trade to $6? I think so.
And even though they're on a P of 446,
that's going to change because
I know. You don't need to tell me, Wolf. I know.
Okay.
Because the growth is so good that could come down a lot. We've got it. It doesn't mean it's still not it doesn't mean it's still not expensive, but our market tends to embrace these type of stories and they go with it. And for a trade, let's do it. So we can buy this at below 529, right?
Yep.
We target 590.
Yep. 590 is perfect. Yep.
And we got to stop at 495.
Yep. Now look, it could possibly do this. This is what I'm thinking. It could just go back to $5 and rise back up to $6. Just because there's probably a lot of short-term profit takers on here, but I still think it's got momentum here. You know, I like upgrades, and upgrades usually mean a little bit of a run.
You know what we do? We'll change that stop.
Okay.
We're going to go below. Look, that resistance. I think we'll go to.
Yeah, I think so. I think
473.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Right. Okay. Thank you. After all that, you've given us one that's worth having a look at. Okay.
There's one in there out of the 30. Okay. One more. IMD. Let's have a look at this because I actually like that position here.
So this was on Einstein's.
Yep.
And what you're saying, good acquisition. So if you're not in it, it's still good for a trade.
Yeah, I think so. They're going to actually, unfortunately, probably going to have a big capital raising as well with this. So I think
it's going to kill it. Then don't trade it.
So if you're in this, you're unfortunately going to get hit if you got this on Monday.
Are they in a trading halt at the moment?
Yeah, I think so. Let me just double check. And
what are they buying? What are they buying, Wolf?
They're buying a company out of Norway, right? Which is a drilling company, but it's got specialized technology about directional drilling. And I think they're number one, number two in the market on the two products, which is bloody good.
And how much are they paying for it? It's Devico.
About 300 million odd.
Okay.
So this is a decent acquisition. Market cap's 985. So you can see this is a substantial acquisition for IMD, but this company looks like a very good acquisition for IMD.
Well, you could argue if you've got that sort of medium-term view, this could be a good raise, even if they do it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. This is what I'm thinking, right? So let's not panic here. Let's see what actually happens here, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. Let's look at AWC.
Ooh.
So they come up with their update as well. Just a bit of mixture in there for me. So probably to say not good enough for the chart, which is fair enough. We can just stop it right there.
Yeah, I saw this on the weekend. It just had that old trend line. I thought, nah, you got to get over it.
Then there you go.
And that's what that was. So that was just a hopeful shareholders believing it was going to be better than what it was, and bang.
Yeah. So Dave, in summary, Nanosonics look like a nice trade. DSC, just put your, I don't know, cheeky buy at 19.5 cents, somewhere there for the longer term, right? This was a good update. And the other one that I'd be probably obviously I'll have a look at PMT to work out what the value is. And DVP, I'd be just waiting for a pullback. That's the summary of today. But there's some nice stories.
Okay, Wolf, on that note, thank you very much, Wolfie. And hasta mañana, live at 12 o'clock with the Wolf.
Tomorrow, absolutely.
Right. And you've got TV, by the way, tomorrow as well.
Tomorrow? Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm a star now.
Yeah, but they've asked you not to wear that red shirt. They just phoned me up on my tannoy.
No shirts at all?
Not the red one. All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See ya.